Hi, welcome to the Stress channel on YouTube. Thank you for checking in, and I really appreciate you doing this. And I love doing this, and so here we go. I'm going to bring you a game that I played recently against a 2342 player, about 200 rating points above mine for 3-minute chess. I'm not going to, as usual, play throughout the whole game or through the whole game, but I'm going to do the points of interest. So everyone by now should know the opening moves that I play for black and the French sort of style setup. But and also, before I go any further with this game today, I would just like to say a few things. Okay, now, yesterday I heard that this stuff here in this cup. Now look at that. I love OBS. If you want to do anything with videoing on Twitch or YouTube or something like that, then get OBS. Look, that's a green cup. Look at what it looks like. It looks just like a black cup. It looks great, eh? Looks like a chess piece, eh? And so apparently, purportedly, Australia have done a study on coffee drinking, and they've linked it with dementia. And if I say that to Dutch people about coffee, they just say, "Well, want a cup of coffee? Yeah, lekker bekker coffee." And so here you go. Here's to that. Because I love coffee. Coffee is just about one of my main foods. Coffee, chess, Christianity, and cake. They're my special C words. And cycling. You know, I like cycling because it's very important to keep yourself fit. Anyway, so coffee. it's had good press, it's had bad press, and it's had other press in between. But I'm impressed with it. I'm just going to keep drinking it because I just think it's great. And I mean, it's got blah 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 antioxidants or whatever that means. I don't know. It's like my 2 litre for my MX5. I don't actually know what that means, 2 litre. I know it's 2000 cc, but anyway. And so a couple of other things I want to bring to this channel, because I like to bring versatility. But I am bringing chess, of course. So a couple of other things I'd like to share with you. Okay, one. Anyone who's watched this channel will know that my mother is now 95 years old. Okay, she's never had a mouse. She's had mice, but she's never had a mouse. She's never had a laptop. She's never had a PC. She's never had a cell phone, although she has got a cell phone, but it's still in the box, brand new, wrapped up underneath the bed in the middle room. Okay, if anyone wants it, they can have it because it's probably superfluous to mum. So she's never had any of those technologies. She's had a telephone or a cordless phone, but she's never ever had a PC or a laptop or anything like that. Well, anyway, get into the story. I picked up some iPad 2s from Otago University recently. I picked up 6 of them, and all of them were earmarked. And one was for my mother, and I was a wee bit hesitant about it. But Mum's taken to it like coffee for a Dutch person. Let me just say that. I'm amazed. I'm completely amazed. And one more thing I want to talk to you about my mother. Okay? So she's taken to it. She's locked and loaded into it. She's really into it. Because I helped her realise that she's got the internet at home. So it's really cool. Given away to her, she couldn't understand it because we're from Dutch sort of derivatives, and so she couldn't understand it that the bill for her has gone from Spark has gone from 55 to 50 to 45. Things don't go down; they go up. They don't go down. And then, as well as that, she's got this internet, and so with her landline. So that's pretty cool. So she gets 40 gig per month with Spark here in New Zealand, free. And so that's hard to understand, but she now understands it, because how I got her to understand it is I got her to link the numbers from her modem to the from my device to her TV, and so she was able to see that that was her internet, or that it's her Spark, not mine, which is a different cellular company than hers, or phone company. And so then I got her to write it down and sign it. And I got her to write the night for the 9th. That was the 9th of July, which isn't too long ago. So blah, 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 blah. And so I got her to sign that she has actually found out herself. So that's a good method for me to operate with my mother at that age, so that she actually can see the visual thing. Now, one more thing about my mother is I had a note, okay? I don't know when it was, about July the 1st or so, had a note on the table. And I got up the next morning, and Mum said, "Where is it, David? I can't find it. I can't." And a happy birthday to someone very special in my family today. But I can't find it, David. Where is it? I've been looking everywhere for it. I said, "What have you been looking for, Mum?" She passed me this note, okay? Not this one, but she passed me this note. And she said, because I do this off the cuff, by the way, I don't have it all written down. Some people do, or some people just don't talk. But she had on her the note that was on the table, written, "Where is my cellular company 50 gigabyte gone for my data?" And I said, "Mum, that's not something I've lost here in Dunedin. That's on my internet at home in Christchurch." But wonderful mother, wonderful mother. So anyway, here we go. Now I go to my display capture. We can just turn on this for a second, and we'll turn that off. Okay, and now we're going to go to my display capture. Now, so OBS is great. It's just awesome. And if you make sure you've got some good gear too, like I've got a Logitech C922 webcam, and I've got this Rode microphone down here, you see. And so here we go. Let's get into the chess. So I hope I'm not in the way, but I have actually got the score for this game blotted out. So my opponent played Queen C2, and my opponent is 2342, and I was 2169. I get 8 points. This is the Ali Super Blitz Arena last night, I think. So here's G6. Okay, Rook E8, Rook E8. I didn't mind this, but I get in a bit of trouble somehow. Rook E1, Rook E1. I think that's fair enough. And soon I'm going to be bringing... Now the computer's actually suggesting this move. And, excuse me. That's the coffee. I'm going to have another slocky coffee. Lekker coffee, the Dutch say. I could almost play this, but I can't really. This move here. But I now play... I get in trouble with this knight here. This knight. And speaking of which, I've just been talking to my friend from a church and been explaining to him rating and all that sort of stuff. I just likened it to like the B grade, like I'm the B grade, or I'm the second 11 if I'm able to use soccer as an analogy. I'm the second 11 when it comes to playing this opponent who's the first 11. Because this opponent, 2342, is, a very, very good player. And so that's why I'm bringing this game, because this game is actually quite good in my opinion, especially with some things that happen shortly, because it looks quite quiet now, doesn't it? Looks quite quiet on the Western Front or so. But anyway, I was talking to him about the pieces and asking him, and he knows how to move. He went through all the pieces, and he said king can only move one square, queen can move all over the place, knight, he had a description for that, and bishops can only go along the diagonal, and rooks can move in straight lines. And I thought, wow, that's pretty good. So I said, well, your rating would probably be about, and he said it'll be 0.00000. But I said, no, it won't be. So, but anyway, we were talking about ratings. I was explaining ratings to him, and then I said something about, what did I say? I said something about the knight. Now, I said, do you know what is unique about the knight? And he said, no. And so I told him that's not exactly how the conversation went, but I said to him, the thing about the knight is, one, the knight here is now hitting all these white squares, eh? Okay, so it's hitting all the white squares, but it's on a black square. A bishop on a black square is always going to hit just the black squares. Okay? And all the black squares on the board, it's just going to hit all the black squares. Done, nothing else. Can't hit anything else, sort of thing. Whereas a knight, okay, a knight hits this square, 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 this square. And as soon as it moves, it alternates. As soon as we move the knight to here, okay, then it's hidden all the black squares. See? Where it came from too. So that's the uniqueness of the knight. I hope I got that. The knight moves correct. And so it's quite a tricky fella, but the thing about the knight as well is, I said to him, it's unique in one way than the other pieces. And do you know what that is? And he couldn't come up with the answer, but I know you know the answer. The uniqueness of the knight is it can hop over things. It can hop over. It can hop over the pawns and everything first move. Okay, so no other piece can do that. And it's also unique that when it checks, there's only two methods for the king to get out of check. There's not the third one, which is put something in the way. Okay, so back to the game. Now, I've just played, I played here now, bishop g5. So here, the computer, because I've got the computer analysis on enable, comes up with bishop g3. And now this is actually, this is quite a pain, really. And now I'm thinking, well, what do I do now? And the computer's saying the right move is bishop c8. But I kind of panic here. I must need to have another wee slocky. Excuse me. I kind of panic here because I'm looking at this diagonal here where my queen is on and the knight is on here. So I sort of panic. But yes, bishop c8 is kind of the better move, isn't it? As the computer is saying. But here I panic. So, I mean, I know you're going to play bishop c8, I hope. But I played queen d8 because I just like... And so I'm actually thinking of saying this is the blunder of the day that I'm going to bring you. So here, this is really poor. There's something that's bothering me here in this position. It might be this move. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But there's something that's worrying me here in this position. And it's this here and this here and this diagonal. So I reacted incorrectly with Queen D8. It's almost silly. It's almost ridiculous. I mean, how can I want to move my queen to D8 where I was thinking knight E6 here, bishop E6 defends the knight, gets off this diagonal. But I don't have to react. But I did. So I played Queen D8, and of course, you can see the move next. There's two moves here, really, aren't there? But the move that White played was not knight E6, but was even better, was knight D5. Okay, so knight D5. Now this knight is hanging on D6, so it's a loss of a pawn at least. So here's what happened there. Okay, I don't know. Ah, sorry. I wondered what happened there. But can black just be met with knight D5 there? This is pretty troublesome, isn't it? Because now, oh dear, it's getting more difficult, isn't it, really, I think. I think I should just play knight F7 here. What did I play now? Queen E8. That's asking for trouble. Queen E7 is suggested here by the computer. So queen here is suggested. And that defends everything and probably might even peter off to a draw. So anyway, moving on. So I played Queen E8. I don't know why. And here's the computer's suggestion is knight D5. Because black has not got Queen takes Queen, of course, and has, but it doesn't mean anything. And also, the Queen is defended as well, I'm saying. So, and now this knight is hanging. It's almost like I did on purpose. So here is CD5, bishop D6. And now I have opportunity to swap queens. The computer's asking to swap queens or to play something else. Now actually, maybe swapping queens is okay. It doesn't look like it, but I don't. I play bishop E3 check. Now, yes, which way do you want to go here, computer? H1 or F1? Because the computer's making its mind up. So it goes to H1. Now, I played the right move according to the computer, is F4. Now they reckon bishop here is best. I don't think my opponent played that. B3. So, I did not play the move that the computer wants me to play. I played something else. And so then we will come to the sort of exercise. Notice that if this queen of mine here wasn't defended by the bishop, then what would white have? White would have something that would win a piece. White would have this, okay? Bishop takes pawn. And there, excuse me, there black cannot do anything about losing their bishop on E3 as it's double attacked, and it cannot move because queen takes queen check. So just a little bit of irregular advice or analysis there. So here we've got now we have the move I played, which is a pawn move. So what would that be? It's g5. So it's really my only compensation is this this situation with white's king on h1 and this bishop is strong now on g3. In fact, the bishop's actually starting to get quite good. White played bishop e5, and yes, my opponent, the computer, can see the next move was queen h5. Actually, I might take that off enable, and I'll now why is it that it won't let me okay, I'll go back. How do I do that again? Okay, enable. Okay, so we're going to go back here, are we? Oh, what happened? Can't do that. I might have to go to the actual game. That's what I'll have to do. I only played one game in this. So here we go. I'm going to go back to where we got up to. I don't want to show you the analysis. I want to go here. Oh, it's going to show the analysis. I'll just do that. Queen h5, and then we have c4. This is, I think, a mistake. I play g4. Now I'm just threatening pawn up to here, and queen takes checkmate, sort of thing. Primitive, I know. And so here's cd5. So it's your move. What do we do now? I've already said what to do next move. I think is quite reasonable. Is this threatens on the spot. Queen takes h2 checkmate. Okay, so h3 comes about. Now it's your move. Now it's getting a wee bit sort of easy, really, I think, to find the move now. So here, can we analyze it as well? So without me just showing the moves, which I'm uncomfortable doing, just showing the moves to you, because that can be quite boring, I think. So after bishop h3, gh3, queen h3 check, it's actually really strong, isn't it? So bishop h3, there's no queen h2 for white, David, because of just queen h2 checkmate. And I don't know why I thought that this is... Anyway, so this is this play. Anyway, so bishop h3. Now I'm just threatening bishop back. Okay, I'm just threatening bishop back, and it's checkmate. Okay, so here white played bishop h7, and so it's your move now. What do you do now? And either one are okay, actually. So do I take the bishop? Do I move away from the bishop? Do I find a safe place? What do I do? So I played king h7 here, and it looks like after queen c2, it looks like, well, we have checkmate with the move, David. We have checkmate here. If we play here, it's checkmate. It's checkmate. Checkmate. But I missed it. But what do you think is my move here? Is king g8. Now the exercise is the exercise. I can't understand why the analysis is. It's like I'm looking at it completely different now. So I played king g8. And the beauty with this is that this bishop is attacking this important square. Okay, so this bishop is defending this important square. Queen c8 check. Because otherwise I'm in trouble, even though I missed checkmate just before. It's funny chess, isn't it? So that's probably why I'm going to bring the blunder of the day, as maybe that's what I might do. I'm sure other people have done that, just to show the blunder of the day, or the blunders of the day. That could be quite fun, I think. So here I'm just defending this square. Otherwise, if white was able to go here, check, and not be hampered by it, then white's going to get probably checkmate soon for white. Yeah, we'll just go this way, and 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 this way, checkmate. So here came queen c7, and of course now I can still do just bishop back to d7, or bishop to e6, or g4, or c8, or whatever. But some reason I did something else. So what did I do? And then I'm finished for the day, and I do appreciate you checking into this chess channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the content today. So now I went with a flurry, and I missed all these checkmates. So chess is hilarious, isn't it, really? It's quite funny that some people would say it's not funny. They'd just say, well, it's just like, whatever. But chess is so funny because, I've been missing all these checkmates. But here I go with a more decisive checkmate is bishop g2, king g2, queen h2, king f1, and now queen f2 checkmate. Okay, all the best. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I think it's quite sad, really, some of my analysis at the board, isn't it? It reminds me that one can often look at things over the chessboard and can't see them. The spectator always sees more, or most times out of 10, the spectator sees more. Bye for now.